Terrence Davis continues to be one of the young players in the NBA that is productive, but does not get talked about and does not get the recognition that he deserves. It was the case in his rookie season, it was the case last year with Sacramento, and so today I want to talk about Terrence Davis, how he has performed throughout the first couple of years of his NBA career, but how even still after some productive time throughout that point in time in his career, he is still in a role where he is struggling to find minutes and may not get regular playing time this upcoming season with the Sacramento Kings. If you do go on and enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. But as I mentioned, Terrence Davis just hasn't gotten the recognition he's deserved at any point in time. He was regarded as one of the potential snubs on the second all-rookie team during his rookie season. He had a very good rookie year with the Toronto Raptors. His minutes weren't high, but he did start a few games. He was a very important part of the bench, was an extremely good three-point shooter. Is also someone who can create his own shot, whether that's from three or from mid-range, and is a solid rebounder and defender for the two spot as well. He's not some elite defender, but when he focuses in and competes on the defensive end, he can be a solid defensive player. He's a solid rebounder for the shooting guard spot as well. He has very good athleticism, can run up and down the floor, very good in the fast break, finishing at the rim or on catch and shoot threes. You name it. Terrence Davis is a good player. He's not playmaking for you that much. He's not necessarily someone you want as your primary ball handler. For that reason, his handle can be a bit suspect in those scenarios. But he can take guys on one-on-one and has enough handle and athleticism to do so. But nonetheless, obviously there was a good Toronto team. He wasn't getting those types of minutes, and he ended up not making the second all-rookie team. And then last year, it was a bit of an odd scenario for him in Toronto. I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at his stats here now. I did not think he played 34 games for us last year. There was some off-the-court legal issues with him. His minutes were down. His production and level of play was down from his rookie year as well. He didn't look anywhere near as good, but his time in Sacramento was much better. He was in a more important role as Sacramento weren't as good of a team. So he did play some more minutes, no doubt. He was more efficient. He looked more like his old self. He did have some games, though, where it was just, he was very hot and cold, which is a bit of a criticism sometimes of Terrence Davis, because he had a couple of 30-point games, I believe, with Sacramento towards the back end of last year, once he joined the team. But then he also had some games where he just put up absolute stinkers and did nothing. And unfortunately, that is one of the problems with Terrence Davis's game right now, is his consistency. And it's not necessarily just shooting consistency, but it's just effort. Like some nights, he'll come on and look like an absolute disruptive defender, very impactful, getting in the passing lanes, getting lots of steals, a very impactful perimeter defender. But then other nights, the effort just isn't there, and he looks like the worst defender on the court. And that's the biggest thing that Terrence Davis needs to continue to improve on, is that consistency, and that's what can really earn him a lot more minutes and a much bigger role in the NBA. Terrence Davis has the likings of someone that can come off the bench for you, can get you some buckets, can create some offense, and just be a bucket getter for you off the bench. Be that sixth man, seventh man type guy, first guard off of the bench, who isn't necessarily running the offense for you, but is getting buckets for you. And if you need a bucket getter off of your bench, Terrence Davis can be that guy. But the problem is, again, and when we're talking about role and him potentially getting minutes, the Sacramento Kings team doesn't necessarily have a spot for him where it's like, yeah, you're guaranteed 20 plus minutes a night, because De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton, and Davion Mitchell are likely all ahead of him in the depth chart. The first three there most certainly being ahead of him, and Davion Mitchell being their first round pick this year, I would expect would be ahead of him as well. That's not to mention that Robert Woodard is still on the team, and Jamize Ramsey's on the team, who could also demand some minutes as well, although unlikely. I would expect Terrence Davis to be ahead of them. And then Terrence Davis, you can play at the three, but isn't ideal, and Mo Harkless is there even still, and there's no guarantee that Terrence Davis will get some minutes ahead of him. Now, it is still, you would think, likely that Buddy Hield is moved at some point, but we've been saying that now for the last 18 months. It was expected to be moved this summer, of course, and then that fell through, and Russell Westbrook ended up going to the Lakers instead of Buddy Hield. So that remains to be seen. If Buddy Hield does get moved, Terrence Davis becomes that guy who gets regular minutes now and is one of the top four guards in the team. But I hope for his sake that he can start to get those consistent minutes, and he needs to start playing more consistent himself to earn that level of role and to get those consistent minutes. Consistency is the name of the story for Terrence Davis. In order for him to get a role and get productive, and in order for him to succeed in having a consistent role. That is my thoughts on Terrence Davis as he moves into his third year in the NBA. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about the first couple of years of Terrence Davis and what you expect from him moving forward. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And if you want to hear my thoughts on other young players and rookies heading into next season, be sure to click the box on the right. And if you want to hear my thoughts on Davion Mitchell heading into next season, then be sure to click the box on the left. That being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.